All right, breaking in here for a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for much of Fairfield County. We'll zoom on in. We'll show you the exact warning. It concerns this cell coming into Bedford, New York. This cell in Bedford, New York, right over 684 right now. This is producing quarter-size hail possibly and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is radar estimated. This is not confirmed. I don't have any damage reports from this area, but if you live in that area, please let me know what you are seeing. You can see here, it's going to be in Ridgefield and Wilton in about 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes, Ridgefield, Wilton. This severe storm is coming in. Large hail, obviously damaging wind, cloud to ground lightning. Those are all the threats here. I can zoom in even more. I really think this is going to hit kind of the southern end of this box. They extended the warning all the way up to Bethel, all the way up to Danbury, Hollyville. I don't really think it's going to hit here with intensity. It's been raining here for a while. I think this is dipping south. So if you live Ridgefield, Branchville, Georgetown, Reading, on into Newtown, Monroe, southern part of Newtown, I should say, these are the areas that I think could be more affected by this storm. And then down into Wilton, Weston, Aspetuck, Easton, those are the areas of primary concern. I'll show you what the wind looks like on this storm. This is the velocity radar. So this has died down a little bit. It did have this wind with it relative to the storm as it went through Mount Kisco. I don't see anything significant as far as wind right now on radar, but again, severe thunderstorm warning was issued. It does look like this has died down a little bit in the last couple frames. You'd see some deeper purples, some deeper reds with this, but still, could pack a punch. Definitely some locally gusty winds here as this moves to the New York, Connecticut line and enters Ridgefield. We'll stay on for a couple of frames. If this weakens, I'll jump back off. I would like to say, too, this video is sponsored by our friends at Little Stevie's. If you are in central Litchfield County and you experience tree damage during this earlier afternoon round of storms, there was a lot of damage from Kent to Goshen to Torrington, those type of areas. Feel free to reach out to Little Stevie. Tell him the weather guy sent you. But again, right now, I'll zoom out. We are watching this stalled boundary. So storms are firing all the way from Boston back to New Jersey on this stalled boundary. The most severe storm of them all is occurring right now in Bedford, New York. So this is the one that has the warning on it, and this is the one that's about to enter Connecticut. I'll hop on live for anything coming into Greater Danbury. You guys know this, but looks like it's coming into Ridgefield and even the southern part of Ridgefield. So the Route 33 corridor here into Ridgefield and into North Wilton, Lewisboro. Those are the areas under the immediate gun. But like I said, this has weakened a little bit in the last couple frames. I'm honestly not sure if this is truly severe anymore, but the warning is still on there. So until this really weakens on radar or they drop the warning, I'll stay with you to make sure that we get through it. Yep, Reading Center. I should have mentioned that. Reading Center, Georgetown, you are in the middle of the warning. Again, I think it's going to dive a little bit south of Reading, but still in the middle of the warning there. Definitely need to pay attention. Yeah, thank you so much, AJ. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks for all the follows. All the support over the years. AJ had that awesome picture of the August flooding. Probably my most popular post ever. So thank you, AJ. And thank you, Joe. Really appreciate it. Yeah, no, we have to come up with something better, Chris, right? So he said, we were eating blizzards from Dairy Queen in the blizzard warnings. What are we going to do with the thunderstorm warnings? We'll have to be creative. Maybe I'll do a poll. Who knows? You have some fun with it. But again, this storm, currently entering Bedford, 60 mile per hour winds, quarter size hail possible. But right now on radar, not seeing too much. If you're just jumping on, the warning does extend all the way to Danbury, all the way to Bethel, Hollyville, Sandy Hook. I really think it's going to dive south of Bethel. So if you're in the northern tier of the warning, I wouldn't be too concerned, and you got it on your phone. I do like to jump on anytime there's a warning just because, everyone asks questions about it, and I understand that. So try to call out the areas where the most intense weather will be. Actually, sitting here in Stony Hill right now, Seeing some sunshine pop through. Looks like we might get a nice sunset. We've had about an inch of rain now in the last, and a lot of that fell within the last 30 minutes. Yeah, David, Sandy Hook, northern side of the warning here. So you probably got it on your phone or something like that, but it looks like everything's pretty much south of there, especially the impactful weather. Just doing a little live radar analysis, this storm might actually interact or combine with this cell that's growing over Greenwich. So I would watch out Norwalk, Greenwich, Port Chester, New Canaan, Wilton, Weston, Westport, Fairfield, the kind of the shoreline areas that haven't been hit yet. It's been a nice day at the shoreline, right? We really haven't seen a lot of weather move through there. It's probably been sunny all day. Those are areas that are going to get hit here as this cell's popped up and really strengthened. This one to the north might even weaken a little bit as these cells to the south on the coast strengthen. That would be my guess here over the next 5 minutes. So we can zoom into that. Greenwich looks like you're getting hammered right now. A lot of different neighborhoods in Greenwich, but Cobb, Riverside, Old Greenwich, you're about to get into the action here. It's going to make its way to Stamford, Dolphin Cove, South End, Shipping Point, and then on into Darien as well, New Canaan. Like I said, that looks like the area where I would watch the most right now. It's even south of the warning technically, right? So the warning goes all the way up to the greater Danbury, but I'll draw it out for you where I think it's probably more like this is where I would be most concerned. I'll fill that in. So not trying to, issue our own warnings in the National Weather Service, but that's really where the area I'd be most concerned about. So I do work with Bridgeport Emergency Management. So I probably hop off and give them an alert as well here. So Bridgeport, Trumbull, Milford, Fairfield, this corridor, you're under the gun as all this activity slides to the east. Anyone down there, feel free to give me a comment or a picture. Tell me what you're seeing. I know we do have some people that follow. Thank you for the live report, Lisa. Absolutely pouring now in Pound Ridge. So Pound Ridge, obviously right on the Ridgefield border there. If you're not seeing any wind, I think the wind threat with this has really died down, in my opinion, as the cell kind of transfers energy to that coastal cell in the last couple frames. Yep. Fairfield does have the warning. It was areas just to the south of Norwalk here that are getting really heavy weather. But yeah, Fairfield, Bridgeport, definitely under the gun here. Somebody's watching the live stream in the background. If you can hear that. Yeah, Megan, Bethel kind of missed out today, right? I do have an inch of rain up here in Stony Hill, which is technically in Bethel, but I know downtown Bethel, the storms kind of went south and then they went north. Yeah, Danbury, like I said, if you're just hopping on and you're from Danbury, greater Danbury, I really think all this action is to the south. I'm starting to see the sun come out here at Stony Hill to my northwest. So this is me looking northwest, and I don't see anything coming in that's scary or anything like that. But yeah, just to recap again, if you're just jumping on, I'll draw it out one more time. This is the area, switch to red. This is the area I'm most concerned about here. So this storm as it weakens, but really not seeing anything without quote unquote severe on radar like I saw before in Litchfield County, right? That was a scary storm that came through Kent and went on east into Torrington. This doesn't look like the real deal to me necessarily. But this cell, Greenwich Stanford, could strengthen. So worth watching this as it slides on east. Yeah, thank you, Alan. A couple reports of thunder. The lightning with this isn't even that intense. We can turn on lightning track, but I wasn't seeing as much as there was before. Zooming out, big picture, right? Storms diagonally all the way through Connecticut right now, showers and storms. Nothing. The only severe storm warning is really on this cell that we're tracking down here. Besides that, there's really not much of note, just a few rumbles and some downpours. Yeah, that storm as it went through Bedford, right? When we hopped on live, looked robust, but it is since weakened. Thank you, Roderick. I said that right. Thank you for the report pouring in Southbury. And yeah, New Milford. It looks like it's going to miss. So, Dave, if you're playing a show up there tonight, right? Saturday night, maybe a restaurant show. Dave is a musician. You're all good. You're all clear for that. But we'll zoom in one more time. Again, this is the area heaviest weather from Wilton down into the Gold Coast of southwestern Connecticut, Greenwich, Stamford, Darien. Sun is coming out here again in Stony Hill, so I really think the worst of it's past the greater Danbury area. And any wind signature or hail signature that was on this cell in Bedford has weakened considerably as it heads into Lewisboro and we'll head over the state line into Ridgefield momentarily. Yeah, Trumbull. Trumbull, it is coming. So you are in the warning technically in Trumbull, and all of this activity is going to shift east. But again, I would consider this to be sub-severe at the moment. Yep, a couple questions on Reading. Reading looked like it might come in, but I think you've dodged most of it today, and you're going to continue to dodge the worst of this as the storms to the south, the showers, the storms to the south and the coast have stolen the energy from the storm that was coming in. Looks like Eric saw a rainbow. Eric's up here in New York, so if he saw one, it might eventually you might end up seeing one at Bethel or Danbury as well. So definitely a rainbow alert. Saw a lot of great rainbows yesterday. Thanks for all the comments on the rainbows. There's a really, really awesome one if you haven't seen the post over the Bethel track. Really cool stuff. Still hear a few rumbles in the distance, but yeah, this is the last frame here. This really looks pretty weak to me. So I'll probably hop off, go enjoy some. We're doing a little Cinco de Mayo type of pre-activity. It's a Monday this year, so kind of lame on the Cinco de Mayo. So, Saturday night we're doing the best we can to replicate that. I've had a few tacos, carnitas. You're feeling good about it, so yeah, little Stevie's, right? So. If you get hit, thank you for the comment there, Gary. That's funny. But if you get hit, yeah, definitely reach out. Tell them the weather guy sent you. So I'll hop off. Doesn't look like anything too concerning. Run of the mill garden variety storms. Some strong storms working through here. Definitely heavy rain. Some gusty winds possible, but nothing severe, despite the severe thunderstorm warning. So appreciate all the everybody following along, and have a great evening.